Okay. I did not start recording, so we're going to start recording right now, okay? Hello? Anyway, so y'all, friends, I'm excited for tonight's show. We've got an incredible lineup for you. I will be bringing my featured guest co-host up in just a minute, but while he requests the box, Robe, where are you? Go ahead and request that box for me, love. Excuse me. While he requests the box, let's talk about tonight's topic, which is what causes you to mentally check out or move on when dating someone, okay? A lot of times when we first meet someone, they seem perfect. They are funny, they're cute, they smell good, whatever the case is, it's real easy to like someone a lot, right? The less you know about them. But there's this thing called talking and getting to know someone. And whenever you're dating or getting to know someone, obviously you learn about their quirky traits, their silly habits, and their not so likable characteristics. What is going on? Whoa, I'm missing so much. What's even happening? A bad gold day? What is that? What's even happening? Freaking Mato, I see you. Thank you. All right, y'all. So, when dating, okay, so sometimes you like the person enough to keep dating them and see where things go, but sometimes it's just too much. So we are going to dive into this topic with our featured guest first, then get into a short themed activity, followed by my favorite part of the show. Y'all already know what it is, the Baddie panel. That's my favorite segment. I love it so much. So, let's get started. Before we go diving into the conversation, like I said, I'm going to bring up tonight's co-host. Y'all ready to meet him? Y'all ready to meet him? I need to see an affirmative. There was a yep, period, probably. Listen, okay, so what I need y'all to do is I need you to type the word robe into your keyboard, and I need you to put the emoji attached to that word in the comments. Okay, you see them right there. There they go. There's the robe. You see them. There's the robe. I need to see some robes. You heard me? Yeah, come on. I need y'all to make our guests feel welcome. Hello? Yeah, there we go. All right. Let's bring up. Whoop. There we go. Okay, hold on. Y'all know I have fat fingers. Where's it at? I don't see the box happening. Did I do it? Okay, there we go. I can't see, y'all. Our featured co-host tonight is a hidden gem on this here tagged app. I asked him to be on the show because he's super low-key, but also extremely articulate and willing to share authentically and transparently. So please keep those robes and those robe emojis in the comments for champion Death Robe, Wizard's brother. You see him? Hello.
Welcome to Death Robe. How you doing?
Champion, how you doing? Is that what that is? Welcome to Death Robe. That's hilarious.
Welcome to Death Robe. Yeah.
Oh, now I get it. Okay, that's funny. Okay. How you feeling tonight?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for this opportunity of being on the show with you.
Oh my goodness, thank you for doing it. I know you're busy, so I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a few questions just so our viewers can get to know you a little bit, all right? And then we'll hop into tonight's conversation. Sound good?
Let's do it.
All right, perfect. So, tell the people who you are and what to expect in your stream when they stop by.
Well, I'm a streamer here that kind of stopped streaming. I wanted to take July off to get back to myself, but usually I do morning meditations, midday streams, and usually late night streams. I'm either watching a movie or just more or less connecting with the people, connecting with folks that come by and hop in my stream with me.
I love it. I've actually been in your morning streams before you took your brief hiatus. I tapped in, and it's always good vibes, mellow, very chill, very much like an easy way to wake up in the morning, and I really appreciate that about your morning lives. So, dope. How long have you been streaming on Tagged?
I actually started about 4 months ago. I'd say like right around February.
Okay, so not long at all. Good for you. Do you have any streaming goals that you'd like people to support you on right now?
Nah, for me it ain't really about the diamonds. So I mean, I just like for some good people to come around and just be around. That's gonna be around, except me for me, not try to take me out of my box.
Absolutely.
Outside of that, everything else follows suit.
So, and this is why I love that, because Champ is all about vibes, right? And I think a lot of times we say that on the app, like, oh, I want good vibes, I like vibes, da-da-da-da, right? But we rarely, come across them. Like, of course, we have our people that we know, right, and that we care about. But it's always kind of difficult to find genuine, true, good vibes, right? So that's something that I really appreciate about you, Champion. Let me ask you our Our go-to question, this is the question I ask every single guest whenever I introduce them. In one word, how do you bag a baddie? Excuse me. You said what?
Interest.
Interest?
Hmm.
Interest. I'm interested to know how that all fits in. Okay. Okay, I can dig it. I can dig it. For you, those of you who are just tuning in, this is How to Bag a Baddie, a weekly show we do every Tuesday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and the only live vidcast show that explores both dating and being a modern day bae. I'm your hostess, ELLE The Druggg, and this show is brought to you by the Scoutz. And right now we are talking to champion Death Robe. We are just getting started on the conversation. So even if you're late, you're on time, okay? It's funny how those things work out. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some of these questions. Tonight's topic, we already kind of talked about it a little bit, but basically we're talking about turnoffs, right? We're talking about what causes you to mentally check out, what happens for things to shift whenever you're talking to someone, whenever you're dating someone. I think it's one of those great conversations because it really depends on the person, right? It's really like specific to that person. Each and every person has a different answer, but I think it's also really interesting to hear everybody's answer and all of the things that go into what it takes to make a successful relationship. So again, thank you for being here and for sharing your perspective with us. So we're just going to get right into it, okay? My first question is, what are your biggest turnoffs?
I guess to compound on the fact that I said interest was my number one question. Shout out to everybody that's in here that came in here for me, that came in here for you. I got a lot of people that I told about this.
Yeah, shout them out.
Hopefully we get a lot of people in here. Number one, my number ones and twos and threes is in here. So,
Period.
It's definitely a family. I would say interest because as a man, I put a lot of interest in you, and you demand a lot of things as the woman. But in return, like, what do I get outside of maybe like a sexual connotation here and there? I mean, I would like for someone to have more interest than just giving me instant gratification. If I complain about something, then you just fix it the next day. Then 3 days later, it's right back to how it was, instead of like when I'm telling you about it naturally, and then you implement it later on down the line. So, just show more interest in me than my pocket, more like my mind.
Mm-hmm. Genuine interest. Okay. They didn't have this question down, but just so we're clear, like, what does genuine interest look like to you? I know you said not like kind of like half step in and, kind of just doing things in the moment to make you feel better. But like beyond that, what does like genuine interest look like to you?
Really just picking up what I'm laying down. I have a particular way in which I talk, which I think, a certain vernacular in which I use, and I display it a lot when I go live and stream. And a few people have connected with me in this short time. So if a few people can connect with me in this short time, then I know that if I'm ever talking to somebody on an everyday basis, then you should be able to just pick up how I move, how I maneuver, how I operate type thing.
I feel you. Okay, but that doesn't like take away any of the communication, right?
Sometimes it does. Because as men, we shut down when we're not heard. Because we can tell a woman a lot of things, and then they'll compound it to say, so what are you trying to say? Or it's just very much of a communication gap sometimes.
Very much so. But I feel like that communication gap is, like you said, the way in which we communicate, right? So like, it's not necessarily what we're saying each other can't comprehend. It's just the perspective, the way in which we're looking at it is something we don't usually foundationally agree on, right? Or at least at some point during the foundation, we start disagreeing. So that's interesting. I guess what I was asking you when I said that though, because you heard it and said, like, yeah, that would affect the communication because if you're not listening to me, then I'm going to shut down, which is fair, right? But I'm thinking, like, you're not going to replace these nonverbal cues with the actual, like, speaking what needs to be said, right? Does that make sense?
I can kind of hear how the cart is going before the horse or after the horse. But if I'm telling you how to love me and you're not listening to me, then I'm not going to do it for long. Like I can only open up and tell you how long. You know what I like. If you know that I'm vegan and we're going out to eat and you going to places and you picking places just because you lustacious and they have a large palate, want to always go to Boston Butt Market, then you're not really considering me, So I feel like
okay, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. How do you know when you're losing interest in someone? Like, what are some of the things that you can tell that you automatically start like autopilot doing, or it's like not as easy to do some things? Like, what are some of those telltale signs for you?
Well, the first thing I was gonna say is like loss of conversation. But I mean, a lot of us suffer from ADHD. I think that's how you say it. So we have a lot of short-term obstacles and like attention barriers that we have to get over ourselves. So I'm gonna throw myself in the wolves to give that as just a subsequent answer. So I would say overall complacency, just like feeling like you deserve like what I'm giving you out of a caveat of just being here. You know.
Okay. Okay. I like that. Um, so basically if you start to feel bored, right? A lot of people are like, if it gets too like routine or mundane, like we get too comfortable, right? Okay. What okay, are turnoffs and red flags the same thing for you?
No.
Okay, explain that to me a little bit.
Um, because the turn off is like honestly and truthfully, because of, I mean, let me just tell you how the mind works. I can have something that turns me off about you, but the next person I get with can do the same thing and drive me through the freaking roof, you know? So, like a red flag for people is not having a job or not having a car or something like that. Turn
Okay.
off would be like the way someone talks or if they snore or the poor choices in friends they have. Those can be the turn offs that they have.
Okay, I can get with that. So basically, I like that too because um, I think a lot of times we see things like, oh, he says L when he says the word salmon, right? Like he says the L in salmon. And like people will really be like, yeah, that's a red flag. And like, well, I understand that's not ideal. You know what I'm saying? That's not necessarily
British
a
and saying
red flag, right? Where you have to be like worried about something or so I totally get that. Thank you. Okay, so when you're over it, what usually stops first? The physical relationship or the emotional relationship?
emotional.
Okay, you want to tell me how?
Because I can be on autopilot for a long time. Shit, we've been working at jobs for 10 years. It's nothing to be in a 10-month relationship on autopilot. If there's something there, and like you say, complacency, we men get complacent as well. We'll sit in a relationship just because we're having sex and just because it's easy. You know,
Okay. Um, so is there a pet peeve that you have that you're willing? I feel like we kind of touched on this a little bit with like it depends on the person, right? Like I can tolerate all of this from you just because you're you. And then the next person can do it. It might not even be a pet peeve of mine or a turn off, but it's not you, so I don't like it type stuff, you know? But is there a pet peeve you have that you're willing to overlook for the right one?
snoring.
Snoring. Y'all better not have no snoring, okay? If y'all trying to slide in Champs Live, y'all cannot snore, okay? Y'all done heard it here first. Um, they say once things change, they never really are the same. Are you willing or able to spin for a second chance after you check out, or are you more of a one and done type guy?
I spin the block just to see how you've matured.
How long will it
Um,
take you to spin?
I mean, it's unfortunately in my life, and I don't know if I can say these words yet, but it's no limitation on murder and sexual relations. So, like, I'm gonna say it politely. I have a different way of, putting
Wait,
it.
hold on. Hold on. Say that again.
It's no statute limitation on murder and pussy. Like a man will, we'll sit and wait, spin the block for a while.
So like you'll never forgive someone for murder, right? Is what you're saying, and you'll
You're
always
like, if
you'll
you murder someone, you'll always be able to be accountable for it until you die. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, but like if you knock off a female and you bright her off or some shit, and like something happened, I'm sorry for cursing, but like when you
no,
move
you good.
around, like you move 2, 3 cities, 4, 5 years happen, and you just happen to slide back around the town, and you just hit that number, hey big head, and you see what's happening.
Hey, big head. How many y'all sent a hey? You ever see those memes where it's like Future and he's like looking at his phone and it's like, I just wanted to tell you I saw the sign that we drove past with your mom that one time. Like,
Yeah, that's right there. I take
how you
from
been though?
everything. I got a receipt. I'm cool.
That's it right there. The how you been though. All right, cool, cool, cool. Um. Does checking out speak to someone's ability to compromise? Yes or no?
That was interesting. When you proposed that one, I was like, I think I might have to get a little bit more vernacular on that one.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about. Okay, so basically, I'm asking if someone is quick to mentally check out, right? Brie, I see you. If someone's quick to mentally check out, does that mean they're incapable of compromise, or does that just mean they're guarding their peace, right? Like, eventually, like whenever you check out, usually it's because you've been like we're talking about turned off in some way. Um, Sometimes turnoffs are not always as extreme as we make them, right? Like they said earlier, sometimes we make them red flags, and sometimes we let them take over how we feel about someone, or let us turn us off to a point that we don't even like that person anymore. So, does that speak to if someone's quick to like mentally check out on someone or to move on or to write somebody off? Does that mean they're less capable of compromise? Does it mean that they're just protecting their peace and they don't have time and they're not going to waste time with people? Like, what is that's kind of like lacking in compromise too? So, like, I don't know. What's your perspective on that?
Well, first off, I'm a Virgo, so I feel offended.
I'm a Virgo too, so don't be.
Yeah, I feel like you're coming for me a little bit because I'm so quick to write you off. Like, right, I got to keep my handy dandy notebook, like on Blue's Clues. The day I used to really enjoy writing people off. It was a thing that I would do. Like, I would just like sit around and wait. Honestly, I had to get out of that montage. It's all in the person and how they perceive life and place themselves on the pedestal. It's like, to concept the question of how to bag a baddie. For a man, you pretty much not to call a man a baddie, but you got to be a certain caliber of man yourself,
Right.
or at least get what you want. Like, a lot of these times, we're not putting the mirror in front of our face and we go on and want these women to jump through hoops for us. And then also to the latter, these women are wanting men to pick up pretty much old broken families and carry on with the promise of trying to make it anew. So, not to get too far off the question, I think it's just more on the person and their past traumas and what they latch on to people to call it like red flags and things that they don't want to go through again because of that traumatic part.
Do you think that affects the ability, one's ability to compromise?
In the moment.
In the moment. I know you ain't want to say it because you were like, I'm a Virgo. I feel like you attacking me. What'd you say?
Yeah, I feel like you're attacking me.
I'm a Virgo too. When's your birthday?
No. I'm just messing. August 28th.
Oh, you're an August Virgo. Shout out to my number one. He's an August Virgo too. I'm September 20th, so I'm a little bit different, but generally speaking, we grounded. We on that Earth gang. So cool. Shout out to the Virgos, okay? Shout out to the Zodiacs in the building, okay? All right, so let's get into this last question. I'm interested to hear what you think about it. If you notice yourself losing interest or focus on someone, how long does it take you to know you're done, and how long will it take you to tell them?
It's crazy, the manipulation of self-sabotage.
Woo!
How we set up traps to make it like it's a problem when it's not, instead of just sort of addressing it. I really don't know where it comes from. I hate to keep stemming from like past traumas or whatnot. So I think that if communication is established in the relationship from the jump, like without any kind of reverence, if y'all got communication and an undying tongue to where y'all will be able to tell each other whatever it is, then I don't really think it'll be.
Say that last part again, then you don't really think.
I said I don't really think it'll be into fruition. I don't feel that there will be any. I'm trying to find the words. I don't think that there'll be any compromise within the two. I'm sorry.
Okay, I see what you're saying. How long will it take you to tell someone that you're not messing with them no more? You're not rocking with them no more?
I usually sour the milk, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I sour the milk so I don't have to do the bidding. I did recently ghost someone. It felt pretty good.
You ghosted?
I ghosted someone.
You know what? I was gonna do a question about like whenever you do it. I was gonna specifically say, do you ghost or do you tell them or whatever? That was your first time ghosting someone.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah."
Because I'm a nice guy, I stop and talk to anybody. I let anybody hold the tongue, or hold, your 5 minutes. I give you 5 minutes, So,
Right, right, right.
I
Um,
want to hear what you have to say.
that ghosting, I be feeling bad, but it does take me a while. Like I normally, I'm kind of with you on the spoiled milk thing. Like I'll definitely like stop being as, and it's not even like an on purpose thing. It's just like once you like lose respect, I think that a lot of times it comes from losing respect for someone, right? And when you lose respect for someone, it's just not going to work. You're not going to look at them as an equal. For me as a woman, I'm not going to look at you as like someone that I'm going to submit to. You're not going to look at me as someone that you would wife. Like it's just a whole thing once you lose respect for someone. Um, so yeah, I think that automatically I start to go into this like autopilot where it's like I just don't feel like being on the phone with you. I just don't feel like coming to see you or etching time out of my schedule to for you to come see me, right? Like it's just because one of those things, like you said, that is affected heavily by a lack of respect. So all right, y'all. If you're just tuning in, welcome to How to Bag a Baddie. It's a weekly show we do every single Tuesday at 11 p.m. Eastern, and the only live vidcast show that explores both dating and being a modern day woman. My name is ELLE The Druggg. I am your hostess, and the show is brought to you by the Scoutz. Shout out to the green and yellow shields in the comments. You know what it is, all right? I am here with my wonderful guest co-host this week, Champion Death Robe, and we are talking about mentally checking out of a relationship, right? No longer feeling like you are rocking with it, no longer getting those butterflies, and it's kind of like over, that sweet spot before it's actually over. We've all been there. So I actually, Ziploc, I see you. So I actually have a little activity for us. All right. So what I'm gonna do is we're going to talk about the 10 biggest turnoffs. I want y'all to like guess what you think they are. We're gonna like list them. All right. So Champ, what do you think one of the top 10 biggest turnoffs people were served? This is very Family Feud, okay? Very much Family Feud. Top 100 people surveyed, okay? What do you think were the biggest turnoffs whenever people said, like, what are your turnoffs in a romantic relationship?
Body odor.
Yes, it's number one answer on the board. Yes, body odor and bad hygiene. What else you think?
Financially incompetent.
Not financially stable. I saw that one in the comments too. That actually is not on here.
Oh man.
That's actually not on here, y'all.
Wow, there is hope for humanity.
Inadequate communication. Yep, that's a good one. There's hope for humanity. Lying. Destiny. A to the J. Yes. Liars and truth evaders. What else y'all think?
Lying shouldn't be a turnoff. It's 2023, guys. Come on.
You said it shouldn't be a turnoff?
Nah, it's 2023. Come on.
What does that mean? It's okay to lie?
Yeah.
I know you lying.
See?
Right now. Look at you just lying.
No. All right, so check this out. If I got a day planned for us and you ask me where I'm at, I tell you I'm getting my hair cut, but I'm really going to get you flowers. I lied to you.
That is totally not the same, and you know it. You can be like, or you could be like, don't worry about it. I'm doing what I'm doing, and then we shut up, and then
what? Good Christians.
Huh?
No one is greater than the next.
What'd you say?
I said, listen here, Christians. No one sin is greater than the next, and no one lie is greater than the next.
Man, don't try to take us to church on that. He said, listen here, Christians. Y'all heard the smart assness in his comment, right? I just want to make sure. Listen here, Christians. All right. What else y'all think was, I'm giving quality answers. Let me see what you said, Banks.
Children.
Being too available, too clingy was definitely one. Good job, Banks. And let me see what else you said. Smoking. No, that wasn't one. Manipulation. That wasn't one either.
How about a bunch of children?
A bunch of children, no, but someone who's too involved with their ex was one. So that could technically be, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to run down the rest of these, y'all, just so we can have, and I'm going to have the baddie panel start requesting the box. So y'all can go ahead and start requesting, and then I'll bring y'all up in a second. So the other ones that we had were having a criminal record. Abusiveness is a good one. Disrespecting service workers or bad tippers. That's a big one for me, y'all. I do not like bad tippers. I think that is so ew. Talking about yourself in third person. Being too arrogant or too insecure. And a lack of accountability. Those were the last ones.
If I don't talk about myself in third person, who's going to do it?
I guess the third person people. I don't know. Listen, I'm not saying you got to do this. I'm just letting you know what the people have surveyed, okay? That's just what they thought. All right, y'all, let's bring up the baddie panel. Harley, where you at, babe? Lotto, where you at, babe?
So, I really do appreciate you. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I got, oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was dropping down with the panel coming up.
No, you're staying here and having conversation. Look at Banksy in this bitch. Hello? There's my Susie.
Hi.
Greetings to you.
Hi, how are you? You look beautiful. Hi, Harley.
Yeah. Hi. Oh, I like this. It's like a mix and the bottom. I like this for me. Okay, that's all right.
You looking real fly. You looking very outer space. Okay, it's giving.
You said
out of this world.
It's giving your favorite streamer.
Hello. It's giving icon. We love it. Period. All right, y'all. So I am going to let the baddie panel go ahead and introduce themselves while we wait for Mulatto. And we'll go ahead and get started with Banks, and we'll go right into Susie. Banks is Susie. Look at that. So go ahead, Banksy. Yes,
Hey,
I see you.
if y'all don't know me, my name is Banks, Big Banks from on the other side. And Banksy, when I'm feeling nice, and I feel real nice today, so y'all can call me Banksy. Go ahead, baby, okay? Y'all heard them, you know, big icon, big all of that, the only female icon on this app. Yes, there was an award that came with that. I have a feature show every Monday called Manifesting with Banks, okay? We do self-elevation, we do grounding, we do affirmations, and we get you right, baby. The show's on hiatus right now. We will be back, because I want you to enjoy your summer. We will be back in the fall, September, for a whole new, you know what I'm saying, shake up of things. What else I got? Oh, my live is Pineapple Radio. So, you know, if you see me, you see the pineapples. You know, you see a pineapple, you see me, you see the pineapple, because respectfully, it's a pineapple.
Big pineapple.
Yeah, that's it. I don't really know. That's, you know, now I'm part of the baddie panel. You know, I'm a baddie with my baddie friends. Okay.
Period. And we are so happy to have you, Banks. Thank you so much. Banks is Susie.
Hey, it's me. Everybody know who I am. I'm regular here on the baddie panel. It's your girl Susie B. Make sure y'all just hit me with the fave. Hit everybody you see with that Scout emblem in their name with the fave. And make sure you fave Top Badge Banks, okay? Because it's your favorite streamer. Hello? Period.
We love it. We love it, y'all. Honestly, though, if you don't know who these two beautiful, wonderful, amazing ladies are, you're under a rock. Why are you even on the app if you don't have them faved? Quite literally. Why are you even here? So make sure you fave them if you don't already, okay? And as you're doing that, please feel welcome to How to Bag a Baddie. This is a weekly show every single Tuesday at 11 Eastern Time, and the only vid-cast show that explores both dating and being a modern-day bae. This show is brought to you by the Scoutz, and we are just getting into my favorite portion, okay? Let me go ahead and get my cup here, okay? Because it is time for the baddie panel, and I'm excited to talk about, first of all, I'm excited to go over our turnoffs, because let me tell y'all something. I don't know, I just like talking about it. Like, ooh, I hate when they do that. You know what I'm saying? So, because Champ and I already got to discuss how we feel, Banks, we'll start with you and then go into Susie's about just in general, like, what are your turnoffs? Like, what are you not about to deal with from somebody? Like, what's going to make you mentally check out?
I ain't gonna lie, he definitely said one. A snorer. Do not snore around me. Like, I hate a snorer. Like, I like my sleep. I get angry 2 times when I'm not fed and don't got coffee, and when I didn't sleep. So don't snore, because I like my beauty rest. I don't get a lot of sleep, so I like to get the amount of sleep that I do when I do it. What else? Someone that's overly available. I'm not trying to talk to you 24/7. 8 days a week, respectfully, that means you don't respect your time because I respect mine.
Facts.
And as much as I would love to talk to you all day, all night, where's the ambition? Where's the drive? I don't know what you're doing. Come on, I'm making money. What are you doing? You're supposed to be making money.
Yeah. You speaking to my soul right now. You speaking to my soul right now, bro. Like, where is your? Why are you just here up under me? Go do something.
And if you don't wash your face, like if you tell me that you just put water on your face, that's another big turn off for me, because how you brush your teeth, wash your body with a rag, but you ain't wash your face. How the one thing on your body that's the most important and people see every day isn't the one that you scrubbing too?
Period. All right, y'all. So you already know you got to come correct whenever Banks is in the building, okay? Susie, what's your turnoffs? Ooh, that's a good one, Toxic.
Let's see. I don't like dirty nails. I don't like. You gotta have your nails clean. I used to be a biter. I grew out of that, and now I have like really great nails. Like, I'm obsessed with my natural nails. So if you don't have clean fingernails, I'm looking at you. That's the thing. I don't like people who suffer from imposter syndrome. So it's like you can start to say, oh, well, I've had this experience and I traveled there, and it's, yeah, well, I did that too. And yeah, I had that same experience and I did. And it's like, you can clearly tell you ain't never went to LA. You ain't never had tea with the queen. You know, like, you can clearly tell that they're just trying to keep up or have something to include with the conversation because they don't have no personality. I also don't like people who don't use correct English. Like, you trying to be a smart ass and you using incorrect English, or you don't use correct grammar when you text it, or, you know, when you're writing something out. I don't like that.
Good points. All good points. Champion, is there anything you wanted to add on to that? I feel like we kind of had that conversation, but if they reminded you of something, please feel free to speak up.
Now, those are some great points. Definitely hygiene. And I think for a man, we don't really like to over accentuate the women. I mean, for me, I'm speaking for myself, like the elongated eyelashes, elongated fingernails, like the hair all the way down to the ground. Like, what? That.
You like the natural look?
I mean, I would say we're leaning more so to it. I understand if you got, like, you know, things that, like alopecia or some shit, you got to cover it up type shit. But, you know, I mean, if it can be done, then let it be done. You know?
Now you can wear makeup if you're covering up alopecia. That's crazy.
Keep my wife's name
out your mouth. Keep my wife's name. Period. Okay. So, ladies, let me go back into some of these questions because there are a couple that I wanted definitely to talk about with you all. First of all, I wanted to ask y'all about the compromise question. So, my question earlier was, does checking out speak to someone's ability to compromise? So, like, if you're quick to check out of someone you're talking to, or you're quick to move on, or quick to write somebody off, does that mean you're incapable of compromise? Why or why not? How do y'all feel? Susie, we can start with you and then go into Banks.
No, I don't think that makes you incapable of compromise. It just makes you really selfish or really choosy. I think every person is capable of understanding what compromise is, and the fact that you're just not willing to do that with me is just simply that. You're not willing to do that with me. So I think at the end of the day, it's still a choice. It's not anything that anybody can say, oh, I don't know how, or I'm incapable of that skill, because you're lying. You're choosing to not do that or participate in that with me, concerning whatever it is we're trying to compromise on, you know?
Interesting. What do you think, Banks?
I'm sorry, but I digress. I'm gonna go on the other side. Why? Because I'm a person that checks out, okay? I got 50,000 things running through my mind all day, all night, okay? I will look at my phone, see a message, be like, I responded in my head and didn't get to respond on my phone yet, you know? And then 5 things just happened, and then I didn't get back to the message because I just opened it. And there's a lot of people in these comments right now that are going to go, she's not lying, because I swear to God, sometimes they be like, excuse me, I texted you 3 days ago. What happened? I'm like, oh, see, what happened was you should have called my phone, because
I think that's different.
I'm not a good texter. I tell everybody this. That's my character flaw. I am not a great texter. I'm not.
Me either.
I work with social media, and that's because we work in media. we're using all these different platforms. Like, we ain't got time. First, we got to go respond to people on Instagram, the tag Instagram, the regular Instagram, then our text messages, then, bruh.
And like, I'm not about to stop writing a caption that I'm writing for a client because you wanted to send me a text. You're going to have to wait because I have to finish this and then I'm going to go to the next application that I have to go to on my phone. That's a social media thing. We could talk about but I feel you on that.
I think that's different than checking out. Like, I feel like that's communication. Like, especially Banks, if you're saying, hey, if I'm communicating, I'm a crappy texter, then I feel like your checkout point would be that person consistently they're clingy. That's your checkout. You're clinging to me. I already told you, like, I have a lot of things to do, so I may not get back to you in the appropriate time frame that you feel is appropriate, but you blowing me up. Now you're clinging, so I'm checking out. Like, I think
I like that.
Being a multitasker or dealing with your ADHD or ADD in that way versus somebody actually triggering you to check out is different. So I didn't want to confuse the two. Like, I do feel that you can compromise in that way and have an adult conversation, but to Elle's effect, like somebody actually doing something to antagonize you, I guess that would be, it's intentional. Like, you've already told me this and I'm going to do this to you anyway. So, you know, now I see like the result of that is you checking out.
Yeah. So like the reason I asked this question is because from my personal experience, like, excuse me, I've experienced just someone needing too much from me. Kind of that clingy thing that you're talking about, right? Someone needing too much from me, someone even putting me in a role that I hadn't agreed to play in their life, right? And so from then, it's like, you're putting all of this on me. I can feel it. And at this point, it's too much pressure, right? It's too much. It's too clingy. It's too fast. It's what I communicated I didn't want at the beginning. And that's going to cause me to check out. That's going to cause me to be like, okay, I'll call you back. If I never told y'all the Target story, whenever I say I'm going to Target, I'll call you back. That means I'm not finna call you back, okay? And if I say be well, baby, I'm not hitting you back up, okay? Just so y'all know, all right?
I like that one. I'm
well?
gonna use that one. I'm going to Target.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I have to go get some stuff from Target. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you later.
I'm the type to be like, no, I'm really the type to be like, yeah, I'm going to hit you back in a little bit and then just never hit back. And that's...
Yeah. Sometimes it be like that. I think, listen, because I'm a Gemini moon too. I think that's like kind of a Gemini thing too, Banksy. So, what about you, Champ? You've been quiet for a little while. Is there, how do you feel about like, how do you, I don't know how to ask this question. How do you feel about, what we're talking about? Do you have anything to add?
I mean, all of y'all have been really insightful. All of y'all's point of view have definitely been something that I'm take with me, especially her. She's straight with her. She actually was able to differentiate. You all right? We ain't lose it, did she? You know we old when they go down the wrong pipe and shit.
Listen, because why are my lashes about to come off, child? Okay.
I'm
Go on, I see you.
And look, I was the only one that asked about you, just so you know. Put me in your wheel.
You was the one talking, okay? The girls they was coming. They was going to check, okay? Don't do the girls. You know I got to defend the girls.
I'm not going to come for your panel.
Period.
All of y'all had great points, honestly.
Be smart.
We are. But I will say, as a Virgo, it is hard for me to compromise. I'm not going to lie. So I don't know. That's kind of why I was asking that question. I'm trying to figure myself out. But, you know, I'll roll with what we've got so far. So let me ask y'all this. There was one that I wanted to ask you. Okay, so this is a good one. And Champ, we kind of talked about this too a little bit. But if you have anything you want to add, I am eager to hear it. What behavior specifically do you exhibit when you're losing interest? So like Banks, homeboy keep texting. He keep texting. You say, y'all cool. Y'all was real cool. He was, oh, jeez, you're pretty. I like you. I'm going to take you out. Da, da, da. All the things, right? But he keeps on texting. He keeps on texting. When are you going to like switch your behavior and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and what behaviors will you start to exhibit that you're going to change with him?
Perfect. I'm gonna answer that. I just want to say, if you're gonna be anything in this lifetime, Casper, be fucking for real. And number two, as for the answer to your question, This is literally a cycle for me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I hate confrontation so much. Like, it's something I'm working on. I hate confrontation. I feel like any type of like elevated dialogue is confrontation. Even though I speak kind of aggressive sometimes, I'm a very non-aggressive person. So for me, if that's what it is, it's I answer less and less. I converse less and less. The messages are less and less. I'm not calling you. I'm not hitting you. It goes from we was talking all the time to we don't talk at all. And then it's like, to be honest with you, I get called out for this a lot of times. Sometimes it's not intentional. So it's like a balance. I'm trying to still work on a balance for me. But I check out. Sometimes I get called a bad friend, whatever, all the time. Like, hey, you there? Hello? And it's like, yeah, I'm here. Hey, my bad. So I'm not a very great person to ask this question to because I exhibit all those behaviors. So...
Oh. No, but that speaks to like that's how I am too actually. I like to like slowly, I'm like, all right, well, I just move accordingly. I don't really say much, right? I just move accordingly and you're able to kind of pick up on that. So it's interesting that you said that. And it makes me wonder like if that's more of a like zodiac sign thing or maybe like a communication thing because like over communication can still like, you know what I mean? Like it's still a thing.
It's because
like,
we talk. I don't know if you're like this, but I go from talking to somebody like every day, all day, 24/8, that they've become accustomed to this.
Yeah.
Because that beginning, it's like getting a new gift.
Right.
Like, oh, I got a new toy. Like, I want to play with it for like every day. And then it's like the toy starts to wear off. And it's like now that person's accustomed to like you treat them like a brand new toy, but I just got a new toy. And it's, but it's not really like there's somebody else. It's just like the new toy could be like a business item.
Right. Or tagged, right? Like streaming. Like,
tagged,
yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm dealing with this. This is my new item. And I go in. A very very close person to me said, I like to treat a lot of things. I like to treat life like a marathon. I'm running. And then I get tired.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. I feel that for sure. What about you, Susie? You want me to say the question again?
No, I mean, I'm either one extreme or the other. I consider myself a pretty much black and white type of person. I'm either all in or I'm all out. So I'm the same way with this type of thing. If you're doing something I like, I'm either going to over communicate that to you, and that would be my Sagittarian speaking. I'm going to give you the chance to correct your behavior. I'm going to come to you and have that conversation, give you the opportunity. Or I'm going to say how I'm feeling, and then I'm going to cut you off. And that's it. Like, there isn't going to be a chance for conversation. Like, there isn't as much give or try or compromise, if you will. Because I compromise a lot, and I'm willing to compromise a lot. But that's on the account of I'm giving you the opportunity to hang yourself. I'm a Sagittarian, and I believe that's something that we operate off of. I'm going to come to you and, like I said, give you the opportunity. And then once I have made up in my mind to cut you off, I'm justified in doing so because I gave you an opportunity to correct it. So that's either that with me. It's either all in or it's all out.
Period. Yeah. Period. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. I know that it's like we just started talking, but we are already at 11:55, y'all. So while this conversation was a really good one, I'm going to have to cut it. But I want y'all to do your outros before you leave. So go ahead, Banks and Susie. Y'all go ahead and do your outros, and then y'all can box down, and then Champ and I will finish out the show.
Okay. It's your girl, Susie B. Make sure you hit everyone with that green and yellow emblem in their name with the fave so that you can be around for all of the things that we have going on and participate in those things. Make sure you hit ELLE The Druggg, Top Badge, ELLE The Druggg, ELLE The Druggg for Top Badge, and Top Badge Banks. Your favorite streamer with the fave. Hello?
Oh, she just like mic dropped out of here like Kanye West. Hold up. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Like I said, my name is Banks, Big Banks. If you see me shooting, and Banksy when I'm feeling nice, and we was feeling real nice today. Thank you all for having me. You heard her, your favorite streamer's favorite streamer. You see the pineapple, you see me. And yeah, it was amazing time. I hope we did what we were supposed to do, and I think that's it.
You did.
I can do the mic drop.
You can do
I
the
can
mic drop
now. All right.
If y'all have not had the pleasure of tapping in with those two ladies, please make sure you fave them. They are two of literally my favorite streamers, and you know that's important. So, what's this? This is Rich Beach. Perfect. Okay, so
Comments have been crazy all show.
What'd you say?
Comments have been crazy all show.
Because they get a little wild. You can never really predict what people are gonna say. They were saying some wild things. I think I saw something about, you know, hood rats live forever. Take them to Applebee's if she can't wear heels. I don't know. It was a little bit crazy, but you know, shout out to the hood rats. They need love too. You know what I'm saying? They absolutely. Okay. I wish Banks would have been here for the other episode that we did, because her opinion would have been very interesting. But all right, y'all, we're closing out the show. Let me see here. All right, we did the Baddie panel. Let's do the co-host outro. All right, so Champ, first of all, I want to thank you so much for being here. I want to thank you for your perspective and just being able and willing to share it with us. Please tell us, one, when you'll be back from hiatus, and two, where we can catch you, okay?
All right, so if you're tired of your producers dancing around in your videos, you come on over to Death Robe. No,
that's actually really funny.
But seriously though, I got a show tomorrow that I'm doing with Top Bad Toxic. I'm gonna go ahead and claim it. It's an adult talk show. It's at 10 o'clock tomorrow. I can get more information on that, but I'll be in my stream. He'll be in his. That
Toxic right there, right? Make sure y'all fave him. He got a show. When is it tomorrow? What time? Toxic.
It's me, him, and then we'll have somebody performing also.
Ooh, okay, perfect.
It's called Let's Talk About It. And he also got a 10 milli party on Friday, so we'll definitely be there. Just to plug my boy real quick, you know. DSD1 family has been kind to me. Outside of that, you know, you'll catch me out by my pool.
Period. Period. Champ, thank you so much for being here. Y'all make sure y'all fave up Champ. We appreciate you so much. You can go ahead and box down. And I'm looking at the comments, y'all. Toxic said it's Mo Sexy show. So shout out to Top Badge Mo Sexy for Top Badge. Adult Talk is the name of the show. It's every single Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. And tomorrow Toxic will be on it. And on Friday he'll be celebrating his 10 milli. So hello, go turn up with them, okay? I'm going to give you my quick final thoughts. Don't think that because he boxed down, y'all can just leave before the end of the show, okay? I need to tell y'all my final thoughts before y'all just go on ahead and leave me hanging, okay? So that's what we're going to get into really quickly. This week, I'm not going to give you a whole spiel about mentally checking out and what you should do. I'm just going to tell you to listen to yourself. If your mental is not stimulated, if you've lost respect, or if you're just not feeling the person anymore, that's okay. It's okay. What's not okay is not telling the person or not being communicative with the person that you're dealing with. Okay? Shout out to Toxic. I appreciate you using your last shout out on me. Thank you so much. Your feelings are valid, but that doesn't excuse you from inadequately communicating them. But it doesn't excuse you from adequately communicating them. But if you're walking around with bad hygiene, bad tips, and a lack of accountability, it's above me. All right. So be good people and you should attract good people. And that's really what it is. All right. I'm going to bring up DJ Rich Beats. As we do this outro. Where he at? Is it loading? I think it's loading. All right. All right, y'all. That's the show. Thank you for joining us for another episode of How to Bag a Baddie. Special shout out to tonight's featured co-host, Champion Death Robe, and the Baddie panel, Banks and Susie. B, hello, as well as DJ Rich Beats. Be sure to meet us back here next week so we can continue to discuss how to bag a baddie. DJ Rich Beats, do your thing, baby. That was a great show, y'all. Had to do what I had to do. That's, I see you, baby. Casper, thank you. I appreciate you. Shout out to the DSD1 family. I see y'all in here going crazy.